Welcome guys to a video for about 10 people out there, because I'm sure a lot of you guys don't even care about chapter 16. I can't blame you guys. It's not that exciting. It's all right. I mean, if you enjoyed the challenge, it's fun. If you don't enjoy the challenge, yeah, it's not going to be fun. But regardless, let's go ahead and talk about chapter 16. So this video, if you guys are watching, is a guide on how to do chapter 16 from my point of view. The easiest way to make it so you guys will have a decent time doing this. It's not hard. I don't think it's super hard unless you're going for a full map clear. That's when it gets like really frustrating. Even then though, if you guys are going for that 3rd star on defeat all enemies right here, just get this threat level to like easy, and then you guys should be okay. Like right now, I've done this like a billion times now. I have reduced the amount. Yeah, don't worry about it too much. It's like no one cares about doing it on lethal, and unless you're like a content creator or like someone who posts on like Reddit or Discord. That's like 3 people. No one really cares about that. Anyways, though, to talk about this, let's go right into the chapter 16.1 scenario. So, 16.1 is a very interesting map because it introduces this like new support submarine mechanic here, right? That you guys see at the bottom right here. So what this is that when you guys start an initial run of 16.1, you're given an opportunity to like send out 3 submarines to fight this like the enemy that's the boss of the map. So in this case, it's going to be a Tago right here. Now, this is a very weird mechanic because after about 30 seconds or so, your submarines time out, and depending on how much damage you do, you can skip like 1 mob fight before the boss spawns or something like that. I don't know the full mechanics because the entire time I think I got her below 60% like once or twice, and that was pretty much it. I basically didn't get below 30% every time because I don't have invested submarines like that. But I don't think it's like it changes anything. Like it was still a very easy map. Like 16.1, 16.2 are like a joke compared to like chapter 15.3 and 15.4. So if you guys have done 15.3 and 15.4, this is a joke right here. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now. But yeah, once you guys do that initial map clear, you go in and you're thrown into a map where you have like a lot of nodes or whatever that you guys have to farm. So my advice here is, if you guys are aware of how chapter 15 works, you want to run a setup that involves a lot of healers. Now, the boss fleet, you don't really have to put healers in here unless you're going for a full map clear. I personally don't think it's worth it, unless you're just doing, again, full map clears. But your mob fleet here should have 2 healers. The most common healers that you guys will see are like Unicorn, Aquila, Cowpens, and Zuiho. Those are the ones you're going to see the most in these 2 slots right here. As for your battleship slot, you can use many options here. Raffaella is a very common choice because she has a really good heal, good wave clear, and I believe she has like damage reduction as well too, and somewhere like here. But she does offer a lot to a team that makes her very good. Slept on character, I think, by a lot of people because she wasn't a premier bosser by any chance, but I use her in my OS fleet. Very good. I used to use Lion, but I went back to Raffaella because I put Lion in boss fleet. But this right here is very good. She's a very good support battleship. Good damage as well too. Definitely a very good ship to have for chapter 16. Now, if you guys don't have Raffaella or you guys don't want to use her, there are other good options as well too. Again, Musashi is a very solid option to have in this first slot right here. I think it's best talk over here. So if you guys want to do a Musashi setup, you guys definitely can do that. Bismarck 2 is also another solid option as well too. After this though, it gets kind of weird. Like Lion is also very good as well too, but personally, and at least in my eyes, Musashi and Bismarck are better options here, mainly because they have much more like wave clear consistent damage output. I say this because the moment they salvo, they have a barrage. Whereas Lion's barrage comes out like you can't really time it that much. You get what I'm trying to say? Like it's a good consistent damage output, but when you have specific time frames of mobs that comes like, let's say at 40 seconds, like 50 mobs come out, you want to have your barrage ready and then, not 10 seconds later when because of Lion's intervals or whatever. So having Bismarck and Musashi as your options here are going to be very good. Now, as for the mob setup, you can run many things here, but I highly suggest you guys run at least 2 destroyers because there are a lot of Vanguard nodes, and you want to make sure you have enough submarine gear going towards that. So what I do on my submarine or DDs is Z52 has the hedgehog and one of these depth charge right here. Makes it so it's easier to clear out those submarines. And Laffy here has the RNG boosting item that we all love and a depth charge as well too. Make sure to pack with a lot of this DD guns, torpedoes. Anti-air isn't that important from what I've seen so far. Like there are planes, but I don't think it's like super like game like it's gonna like mess you up your run or whatever. It's there, but don't worry too much about it, I'd say. Now the third slot is up to you guys. Some people run triple DDs like William D. Porter, and honestly, if you guys do want to do that, that's fine. Personally, my William D. Porter is like level 107 right now, so I didn't use her. Golden Louis is also a best in slot. I think she's like the best one you could have in this position, honestly. But mine isn't even maxed out yet. She's only developer 26 or whatever, because I've been working on my PR8 guns, so I haven't been focusing on that. But if you guys do have her, she's a much better option. I use breast as a cope, but hey, I made it work. So hate me all you guys want. I made breast work with this setup. You guys can use breast as well too for some Vanguard healing. I suggest these are the best options here. Now, if you guys want to run other stuff as well too, by all means go for it. I don't think 16.1 and 16.2 are that difficult, but if you guys want to do that, by all means go for it. The setup I used primarily was just this one right here. If you guys want to copy my build, I'll go ahead and show it to you guys real quick. But again, this in my 16.4 clear video as well too, that you guys I posted yesterday, so you guys can watch that. But these are just the builds I ran for my 16.1 and 2 clear. Actually, all of them basically clears. Now, boss fleet, it doesn't matter too much here. The most important thing is surviving. Make sure you have a lot of carriers here to make sure you have air superiority or whatever the highest is, to make sure you have reduced damage from enemy aircrafts and more damage from your aircrafts as well too. The best way I say is USS, but they don't have the best damage when it comes to heavy armor, and there are some enemies here that are like medium armor and heavy armor here. So having like torpedo bombers are really good, but this is just make sure you're good on anti-air, because there are some anti-air moments that you want to have. But again, build here is very simple. A lot of Corsairs. There are better fighters out there. I just ran Corsairs because I have a billion of these things, and you guys should be fine. Guam is solid as well too. There are some planes, so having Guam is always nice. Shimanto is a backup anti-air as well too. You guys can run her. And the last slot can be whatever you guys want. I ran Napoli because Napoli basically takes 0 damage from everything, which makes her very tanky. And if anything happens, I know that she's going to stay alive, so I'm not too worried about running this fleet. So battle is always the same. Just jump in there and you guys are going to be thrown in to see different kinds of mobs or whatever. Again, you do the submarine fight at the beginning to just do whatever. I'll show clips of it periodically, but I'm going to skip this right here. Oh, I can't even skip it, so I'll just show you a clip I have in the past. But again, there are BB nodes. They're the scariest nodes. When it comes to end game content, battleship nodes are the scariest. So try to knock those out first with your ammo, with your 5 out of 5 ammo, and you guys should be okay. After those are gone, you should be all right. You get to the boss, use your boss fleet. It's a Tago. Simple as that. Nothing too crazy. Okay. Same as 16.2. These two maps are very easy. It's just 16.2 is a little bit higher level compared to 16.1, but overall the concept is very same. I did both of these maps on lethal on day 1, and honestly, it is a joke. It's like super easy. Again, if you guys have done 15.3, 15.4, this stuff is not an issue to you whatsoever. So the same build can apply to both. Now, when you guys get to 16.3 and 16.4, that's when the difficulty ramps up. So this is the map where you guys are going to be going back to that 15.3, 15.4 mechanic. You want to add anti-air to your support fleet for carriers. Now, I ran all ultra rare carriers right here, but if you guys have like Indomitable, Illustrious, those can work as well too. Make sure whoever you put in the support carrier fleet setup is going to have a double fighter slot. So in this case right here, I ran double fighters on Admiral Nahimov, I ran double fighters for Implacable, and I ran double fighters for Fritz Rume as well too. This makes it because during your whole time in chapter 16.3 and 16.4, there's going to be many planes, and they just help fight off the enemy planes, making your life much easier so you don't get destroyed by planes as often. There's also sections of the map. I can go ahead and show it to you guys an example as well too. You go into 4 right here or whatever, and then you're gonna see these nodes right here. You kind of want to blow up these nodes because they give they give planes to the enemies. Now 16.4 is bugged, but 16.3 should be okay, so I would blow that up in 16.4. And if you guys are in 16.3, the one in 16.3 is located like right here and over here. So if you want to save these like little airstrikes, maybe I can show you guys an example. I'll just go right here and then like drop a bomb if you're in invisible range, and then boom. Hopefully this knocks this one out, but I'm not sure if it will. Yeah, it's in fog of war right now, so you can't really airstrike this thing unless you're like one panel across. So you have to clear this node right here to get access to blowing this thing up. Okay, so I will use those on the difficulty mobs like level 3 battleship mobs, or just getting rid of those anti-air plane stations because it's just frustrating having those things up 24/7. But yeah, those maps are a bit easier because if you guys have noticed, you only really got to do 4 fights and then the boss spawns, which I honestly, this is the part that frustrates me about chapter 16. They made it too easy if you boss rush. So you really only got to do 4 fights and then the boss spawns. You don't have to fight any fights with 0 ammo, which is the difficulty of end game content. But if you guys are trying to do like lethal full clears, that's when the 0 ammo is going to be very, very frustrating, and that's when you're going to have a difficult time. But I think most players are going to be doing that boss rush, so you only got to do 4 fights, then the boss spawns. You guys will have ammo on both fleets. That should be very, very easy for you guys. No problems whatsoever. So the path to get to 16.3 boss right here, the one I took was I went over here, and then I made my way down here, down here, down here. And after the 4th fight, somewhere right here, the boss spawns. And then you just walk right here and go to the boss. You can airstrike this as well too if you want to, but the boss spawns up here. That's 16.3. As for 16.4, if you guys want to do the boss rush, I'm doing it as of right now, farming for the gold drop here. What you guys can do is I would take this mob right here because it's the Vanguard mob, not the battleship ones, and then move my way forward right here. So go this way, up here, over here, and then you should be able to go like this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and then go up here. I wouldn't put in the extra effort to bomb this aircraft station if you guys spawned the boss already. I don't think it's that needed. It's just little extra benefits. So just use this airstrike on the boss or whatever just to reduce them if you make your life much easier if you're doing boss rush. So just boom, 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 done. Very, very easy. Again, there's no difficulty to this map when it comes to chapter 16. The hardest part about chapter 16 is doing the full map clears because 0 ammo is really, really annoying. Okay. That's mostly the advice I can give to you guys. Again, there are manual gameplay mechanics, but I've made many videos about manual gameplay mechanics at this point. I'm pretty sure you guys have saw most of it. If you guys are new, feel free to watch my chapter 14 full clear video. That's gonna help you guys out a lot as well too. My chapter 14 guide, I put a lot of emphasis on manual gameplay mechanics that you guys can learn from. If you guys are new to manual gameplay in Azur Lane, I will go ahead and watch that. I did put a lot of that into practice for chapter 16, learning how to airstrike the battleship volleys when they attack, learning how to body block for your backline when enemies come back there, learning how to intercept enemy planes and stuff like that. There's a lot of micromanagement when it comes to manual gameplay at the higher end parts of Azur Lane. I know some people are like, Kimo, stop talking to the 2 people out there that cares about endgame or whatever. Is this supposed to be a waifu auto simulator? And I get that, but there are some people that are having difficulties and they do want to get this clear for whatever reason, personal benefits or whatever. And I'm here to offer my support my advice for those that do want to get this drop ship for 100% collection or whatever purposes. Okay, so I think that's all I want to cover for this video. Again, manual gameplay mechanics, refer to the chapter 14 video. I'll go ahead and link in the description for you guys, so you don't have to go out of your way to like find it or whatever. If you guys want to know how I did my chapter 14 full clear, it's in the last video. And if you guys want to see my previous 16.1, 16.2, and 16.3 video, it's sped up by 600%, but it should give you an idea on what path to follow and what notes I took, and the fleet I took as well too. So you guys should be okay. I'm confident to say that 90% of people that are doing chapter 16 will not need this video, and I'm just wasting my time talking to the webcam or whatever. But I know there are some new players out there, so if you guys do need help building your fleets for whatever reason, feel free to ask me in the comments, and I'll help you guys out whenever I can. But overall, my opinions about chapter 16 is that if you're boss rushing, which most people will be doing, it is significantly easier than chapter 15 and arguably on the same pace as chapter 14. Now, if you're doing a full map clear though, it's probably one of the hardest things you're ever going to do. I think it's my hardest full map clear for a 4 map, but I managed to do it, which I'm very proud of. But there are a lot of restrictions when it comes to fleets. It's heavy on ship checks by any means. If you guys are doing full map clears, make sure you guys are running a double healer setup. My double healer setup was a Bismarck with a I believe Zuiho and a cow pen. So something similar to this on my screen right here. 2 healers here and 2 healers here. Well, there's a lot of healers here, but you guys get the idea. That's only if you guys want to do a full map clear, because healers, I think until the end of this game's lifespan, healers are going to be the keys to pushing end game content campaign, because when things are hitting you for like half your HP, you got to get that HP back up. It doesn't matter how much evasion you have, the moment you get hit, you need that HP back up. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. Again, I think most of these things I covered already, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys that are doing chapter 16 doesn't need my help, so you guys can just do it on your own. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Thank you guys for watching the video as always, and yeah, feel free to leave your comments and concerns or whatever. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna be going back to farming this gold ship drop. All right, see you guys in the next video.